Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Welcome to the show because we're doing well because they're having a wonderful 3rd October 2024. Sorry about this. Don't know how to fix it. Today question is kind of a sad part. I did a video this morning. Somebody asked me, Psycho asked me, Psycho, which is a person I met about a day or two ago. They're super chill and they bring in good energy to the live. So I'm like, okay, I like you, dude. And they asked me this question, and it's funny because they asked me this question on a video that I haven't had anything to do with Dexter. And they were like, "Are you excited for Original Sin and and Dexter Resurrection?" And I don't know why. Don't ask me why. The video on TikTok blocked, not blocked, but it was no sound. And then I answered this question. Don't blink. How did you come up with the intro? Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. I did a video on TikTok question and it didn't work. I'm gonna have to film them and shout out to Psycho. So how did I come up with the? How do I feel about Dexter Resurrection and Original Sin? I'll be completely honest. So I did a video and explaining why I wanted to watch Dexter. If you guys didn't see it, it's okay. I'll repeat myself. So Dexter was a kind of a special show. Dexter was going on at a time where I didn't speak English. Dexter was being filmed at a time where Netflix and things like that didn't exist. So Dexter was this show that I was super interested in, but I didn't understand and I couldn't watch. It's always been one of those shows that I wanted to watch. And then to my surprise, and almost like a divine intervention. I know this is folly of grandeur, the illusion of grandeur, but my job ends in March. In April 10, 11, 12, the show Dexter dropped. And it's a kind of a cool thing because it ends and I didn't like the first episode. I'm like, I gave up. I gave up on it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch that show. So we're continuing. I'm in a position where I'm in a position where I wanna. Holy shit. It is so bad. It is so fucking bad. I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, I want to watch a new show, and I want to give Dexter another chance because I felt like I didn't give it a chance, and it kept bugging at me. Now the reality is, I did okay. Again, this is really weird to understand, but the reality is I had put in a couple of videos of Dexter, and on my FYP, Dexter Short came up. Dexter Short and Dexter Short. And the reason why I was so inclined to it, I was like, this is an old show. And the reason why I was so inclined was because there were some new songs. So I'm like, the one of the song, I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you miss me. I can tell that this. I'm not trying to be romantic. I take it from the back so you don't get attached, dash, dash, dash. And the song, and it was a recent song, and I was like, okay, well, people are doing this. And Dexter, to me, Dexter was the proof of the power of Netflix. Dexter was this cult classic show that people loved, but people had no, except from DVDs, they really didn't have an access to it. And the second it hit to Netflix, people started doing a lot of edits. I was like, okay, and I gave it I gave it another chance. Now, the reality is, okay, so this is the why I'm coming to the question. I yap a lot. That's me, okay? That's me. The reason why I fell in love with Dexter, I'll be completely transparent. Oh, I do Twitch. Let me show you. I do Twitch. And, of course. Where's my freaking... Ah, there you go. It was beneath the computer. So I do Twitch a lot. And if you guys see this, I have to do a lot of clips. These are all clips from the gaming channel. And because on the gaming channel, I'm not going to talk about as much as I do here, but I still want to give you guys content. And I always wait last seconds. After 2 weeks, Twitch deletes VODs. So I'm like, okay, well, I got 4 or 5 hours to do. Usually I listen to YouTube videos in the background. But now I was like, okay, let's listen to Dexter. Because again, I was thinking about watching Dexter. And I'm pretty sure I watched the first season. No, that's not possible. I watched a good part of the first season in the first night. And I fell in love with the show. And I started putting up. And your response was really good. Your response was like, oh, this show is so amazing. You're going to have such a good time. And it helped me because the first season had a slow start, but it's really good. Second season, was also really good, but was based on a character, Lila, that you don't know if you should like or not. And the third season with Miguel is crazy. I fucking love it. It's a bit of a slow there's a bit of a slow build up. Too slow for me. I find it sometimes at time boring, but the payoff is incredible. Now, finally, the freaking question, the original sin question, and the resurrection question. Now, again, I'm here. I'm not here to lie. I'm not. I'm here to be transparent with you guys. And sometimes I'm too transparent. Sometimes I tell you I'm too honest. That's a problem. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about resurrection and original sin coming in. I'm pissed. I'm annoyed, and the reason why is because Dexter. I had no idea what Dexter was. Again, I watched a couple of moments of episode about 5-6 years ago. More than that. About I was at my father's house, so maybe 10-12 years ago, and I was like, I don't care, and I didn't know nothing, and I came in blind, but I had the complete show on Netflix, and I was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm blind. I'm gonna watch the whole show. Now, after that, I listened to the original. I listen and I see the resurrection come up. Resurrection was the one that come up. So I'm like, okay, there's resurrection. And at that point, I'm still very happy because I'm like, okay, well, this is resurrection. This is after Dexter. And then original sin came up. Original sin, I'm extremely annoyed versus resurrection, and I'm extremely happy. Now, original sin, if I had watched it, if I knew that it existed, I would have watched it before. Here's where we kind of have a saving grace. I'm kind of happy that I didn't know about original sin and resurrection. The reason for me being happy is quite simple. I'm gonna get the same experience that you guys had the first time you watched it. I hope you believe this, but a lot of the comments I had was like, oh, this is a good show. Oh, I wish I could watch that show once again. I wish I could watch it for the first time. And all of those people, they keep on telling me the same thing. It's a good show. But when they're talking about the good show, they're not talking about original sin. They're not talking about resurrection. They're talking about Dexter. So, in one way, I get to feel the same emotion as you guys have. Now, I'm juggling with the ideas. Do I watch resurrection? Because if I was to do something, I would watch Dexter. I would watch Dexter Resurrection, and then watch Original Sin. Why not watch Original Sin as soon as Dexter ends? Because it's quite deconstructed. So here we have the here we have Dexter. Dexter Original Sin. So we're gonna write D-O. We're gonna write D-O-S. Dexter Original Sin. I'm gonna write D. And I'm gonna write DR for Dexter Origin. So you have the first one, which is Dexter Original Sin and Dexter Normal. Now I have a choice between doing this, right, and then doing this, or I have the choice of doing this, and this. Or what I could do is just focus on Dexter, wait a couple of years, then watch Resurrection, Original Sin, and in between watch Dexter. And I'm not. My first reaction wasn't a good one. I was kind of annoyed. I was kind of pissed, but it didn't do a purpose. I'm like, what's gonna change if you're pissed or not? There's not gonna be a difference, right? However, now I'm just like, okay, well, guess what? We don't really have a choice. When I learned about resurrection and original sin, when I learned about resurrection, I was a couple episodes in. It didn't matter. Now, we're about honesty here, right? Okay. So you saw the clips that I'm doing. If I wait for 2 weeks, I stream every single day. I have for 5-6 hours of making clips. So I was already too much into the original sin. I would have stopped watching the original show, watched original sin, then came back with the original show. It would have been weird. So resurrection, I don't mind. Original sin's a bit of a shame. But it's a take a long video. You guys watch the whole thing. I'm gonna give you guys a bonus. I'm gonna give you guys a little bonus. Original sin is if you were to miss one of those three, that would be it. Because we have a lot of the code of Harry. So we already have an origin story. Now we don't have the first kill. But we have a little story. That's pretty much it. That's how I feel.